it's not always black and white. Sometimes it's gray. My name's Greg, you're watching How to Play Paintball. All right, so let's jump into another drill. Before we do that, I wanted to say a thank you to Levin Law. So Kevin Sullivan is an attorney that has been around paintball for a while and has been a huge support for Tampa Bay Damage as well as Tiki's Paintball here in Florida. So it's really cool to have them on board. So if you need someone for really anything, he has partners that he's able to work with. So be sure if you have an issue legally, go to someone that you can actually trust and go over to Attorney Kevin. All right, so this is a variation of a simple one-on-one. And the reason for this is kind of twofold. One is, yes, there are times that you are starting at the box. In a tournament, if it comes down to one-on-ones, you're at the box, at the starting gate. But usually what happens is people come off and they shoot like 5 balls and they go back into their bunker, and then you have to figure out what you're doing from there. What this is doing is just making a change that could happen in a game and is going to put someone at a disadvantage. It just depends on what side of the field you're on. But what you'll be doing is starting in the opposite corners of the field. So in this case, we had the Dorito side was definitely a stronger side on this particular layout than the snake side. But that doesn't mean that you can't win from both sides. And again, in a game situation, you want to be able to go ahead and be effective no matter what happens. Sometimes you have to fight out of a bad bunker, and that's okay. There are other times that you have an advantage. Well, how do you take advantage of that situation? And that's what this drill is helping out with. So simple enough, you're going to be starting in opposite corners, so like a snake side corner, a Dorito side corner, and 5 and go. If you want to limit this at just a loader or a loader and a pod, that's completely fine. If you want to just go out and just play, that's okay as well. What I would recommend is that once you have played that point, what you'll do is you'll switch. So if I played the Dorito side, I would switch to the snake side. Why would you want to do this? Well, paintball is a very fluid field layout. There's never a single layout that is always going to be exactly the same as the next one. There's always subtle variations. So you want to make sure that, especially in X-Ball, that you can play every single position. So even if you are, well, I only play Dorito, there could be a snake on that side of the field in a tournament coming up. So you want it to be that you're able to be effective in all of those positions. And last thing before we jump into the clip, yeah, absolutely make it where if you hit the opposing player's box, the starting gate, that's a point, that's a win for you. That happens in tournaments where you can hit the buzzer. I've done it before. You hit the buzzer and you can look at the last person and they are wondering what happened, and you're just looking at them going like, yeah, your team messed up. So it's one of those things that if you are able to think through, it's not just eliminating this player. My goal is technically to hit the buzzer. Well, if I can do that without getting shot, maybe I can do that. So don't just limit it to just eliminating the player. Also have that as a possibility. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the actual drill itself. So there you have it. That is the drill. Simple enough. You just go out and you're just shooting at each other. What I would recommend as well is go back and, hey, what is it that you saw? Did you see this move? What was it that I noticed this when you got into this rhythm, or this is something that you got into that your left side was showing more than your right side, or when you came up over the top, I noticed this. Your loader comes out first. I could notice certain things. Critique each other. That's the only way that you're going to get better, and having someone that you can have as like a sparring partner in that way is fantastic. So make sure that you have someone with that, but ultimately go out and try stuff. Maybe you want it to be that, all right, I want to try to not just shoot a whole bunch of paint. I want to go out and just do kind of more little burst or little one ball kind of shots. I want to try to sneak up on them. I want to try to play bad bunkers. I want to try to do this. Have certain goals in your mind so that way you can help yourself out when it comes game time, that nothing is, oh no, I've never practiced this. You've already done it a million times. So thank you again to Kevin Sullivan for sponsoring this video. Again, guys, he does personal injury and accident attorney, or he is an accident attorney. So be sure if you have any issues like that, go over, simple enough, just lawkevin.com. And if he can't help you, he has a team that's able to help. It's great to have someone that you can actually trust. So be sure to go and give him some love for supporting the channel. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below of the drill itself, and maybe some variations you can think of. There's always something you can do different. So making it fresh and making it where you're able to better yourself is ultimately what drills are all about. So put it down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys all in the next video. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.